Did you know that Washington, D.C. is the site of our country's most prominent Hispanic theater? Well, stay tuned to learn more about its co-founder, Hugo Medrano.
I study in La Plata School of Theater, which is a very prestigious one, till I decided to leave Argentina. I was working also in Argentina in several theaters and started to work in TV, but the military were kind of uncomfortable government, let's put it that way, to live with. So I decided to leave the country. I leave Argentina in 1965 and I went to Madrid, and then from Madrid I came to the United States in 1971. But I was in love in Madrid and I had a relationship that it was very strong, and unfortunately she was translated for his work to Washington, D.C. And I was so much in love that I just followed her. I left everything that I have over there, and I was here stuck in the United States, not knowing any word in English, and with no possibilities of working in theater, which is the only thing that I knew at the time. And I was kind of in a very difficult situation. So I stayed here and I started to little by little build up my English, my connections with theater people, till I started till I met my wife, and together we worked together in a children's theater, bilingual children's theater, and then we created our own organization, which was Gala Hispanic Theater. But I was much more egotistical at the time. I wanted just to create a career for myself. But since there was not a theater in Washington where I could act or direct or whatever in Spanish, so I had to create it. Well, I started doing theater when I was 11 years old. I was producing plays at the time with the kids in my neighborhood. I will write little plays, and I will recruit all my friends over there, and we'll put some pieces, very elemental pieces, basic pieces that then we perform for our neighbor, and they love it. We started in 1976. We started as a part of a very famous Hispanic festival, very popular. And as part of that festival, we mounted a piece, a very famous piece in Argentina called La Fiaca. And it was very successful. We realized that there was a good potential for a huge audience, because we had to repeat it and repeat it. I think we did around 4 more performances than we were planning to. So we decided to go on with the group to create a group of Latin American artists, and that's when we started the whole adventure of Gala. It's important to keep in mind that if you really work hard, you could make your dreams come true here.
What an interesting segment. Here in the studio today is Christy Wagner, a DC TV student producer. Thanks for joining us.
I'm very happy to be here, Mallory.
It's awesome to have you. So can you talk a little bit about Hugo Medrano mentioned something that wasn't included in his piece?
Well, his having been a lifelong actor, and like all actors needing to have a day gig to make a living, he was a gaucho, a cowboy in Argentina.
Wow.
And then when he got here, not knowing a syllable of English, he went to work in a hotel restaurant as a dishwasher. Then he got promoted to busboy. Then because of his wonderful attitude, work ethic, and resourcefulness, he was made a waiter. He made colossal sums of money in tips because his acting ability came into play. Sometimes he pretended to be a French waiter from Paris, and then other times, olé,
Yeah.
from Madrid.
Yeah.
And the patrons loved him.
And they wanted to tip him, you know, more
Yes.
money. That's
Yes.
entertainment. It's you're like fine dining and you're getting entertained.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what was your favorite part about producing this piece?
I think probably in the editing, because it was so challenging. Our being students, of course,
Yeah.
there were flubs and glitches and whatnot during the shoot. And we had to cover that up,
Yeah.
given a very small time frame to work in the editing room.
Yeah.
And we learned an awful lot, more than if it had been, you know, a totally smooth shoot.
Yeah.
Because we had to do workarounds. and
Right,
things.
that, and you kind of see the story come together differently when you're actually in the editing suite. You can see how
Yes.
it all fits together and kind of
Yes.
huddle with your team and figure out which parts need to go and which don't. So that's awesome.
Yes.
Well, it sounds like you and your group had a really awesome time putting this story together, and we really appreciate it. So thanks so much.
Thank you.
We hope that you enjoyed this story about how and why Hugo Medrano left Argentina and inadvertently founded Gala Theater. For more information about the Gala Theater, visit their website at galatheater.org.